Or what's left of it.
Well, it's something that we weren't aware about, so it's fine if we missed it.
Yeah.
Honestly speaking, like it would have just been.
It would have been neat to do 2 more quests for the priestesses of the world, but
You literally going on to Madlock ship. Okay.
I told you. See, because there it is.
Come and don't rush me. I mean, to be fair, I guess this does mean that it's just at this stage, like the world forgotten, like all RPGs have. The
Not
Ruined
necessarily.
Kingdom.
Not necessarily. There's a book that talks about it in version 6 in a Forion library.
Oh, okay, not forgotten, but the Ruined Kingdom.
Yeah.
It's a necessary thing in all friggin' MMOs.
I don't know what that... Like, I know what a changeling is, Draco, but I don't think I've ever seen a changeling hive, so... But I can't tell if that's supposed to be a ruined tower that fell over, or if it's something that was thrown into the kingdom like a weapon. And I kind of hope it's the latter.
Oh, you mean My Little Pony? Okay, I see what you're talking about now, Draco. What is with everybody in My Little Pony today?
I think just because of the one name that it translated to as, people are just attached to it in chat, but this is the worst time of day to get a look at that. Oh my gosh.
How did the kingdom fall again? Was it like a war against God or some such nonsense?
I'm not sure. I'd have to rewatch those cutscenes.
I would as well. But if it's like a struggle for power, hey Rav. My Little Pony has come up a lot in my friend's chat today because
of
the
one
name of the
thing.
kingdom in the lore of this world is Equestria. Via
I don't even
AI
think that's. I don't even think that's correct.
I don't think it is either, but we're just gonna say it is for now.
I'm gonna go. Like we were talking about. I was talking about it with Ryan the other day. Let me scroll up here and see what he called it.
Yeah, that's either a tower or a weapon.
I hope it's a weapon. I really hope it's a weapon
too. You know what? They could do a version 7 by having us go to the ruined kingdom of
I mean, heck, if the Athenal cube, like, we don't. No, okay, because that kingdom wouldn't have been as old as Ashley and Leon, so we wouldn't see it if we got to see a further past bit of. I mean, this is actually an Augury, and we get to. Okay, we might actually get to see it with the Lotta Gart.
Yeah. But here's the thing.
Oh, don't get me excited.
Ah! Oh no, we're allowed to hype ourselves up and have fun with it.
I know.
And then disappoint ourselves and still have fun with it.
Right? Oh, Rinjahar is what the name of the kingdom was.
Where is it getting Equestria?
That's a good question. At least I think Rinjahar, unless Ryan was talking about something else. I'll just ask him later.
Oh man, dude. I just would love to just... God damn it.
Mm-hmm.
It's frustrating. Because there's so much amazing world building in this game.
Oh yeah. I need 6.1 so badly.
Next month, isn't it?
I know they were aiming for around there, but we haven't heard anything.
Which honestly sucks because Rune Factory 5, Kirby coming out next month. I've got Elden Ring at the end of this month. And what is my wallet?
As for
my life?
Non-existent. As for the last theory I'm curious on, I want to know, since Draco brought it up, Ashley and Leon being the first hero and first ally begs an interesting question to me. Mild V6 spoiler, but they have a throwaway line, or at least it's throwaway right now, where they say, even by their time in Estoltia, Grand Zenith no longer walked this earth. Meaning he had already disappeared from the land, left the sacred Scarlet Stones, and disappeared. Which begs the question, if Grand Zenith was already gone, and only a human can be born with the powers of the hero, one could assume that they are direct gifts from Grand Zenith. It also begs another question, if the ally was supposed to have powers at all. Because Ashley and Leon were born as twins.
Yes.
Which,
Well,
if that is
guess
the...
if we're going by that theory, then technically it's not the power of the ally, it's the power of the hero, but it was split because it
Exactly.
was, okay, quick biology lesson.
Okay.
Twins are technically the same zygotes, and while they are forming at some point during the pregnancy after the fertilization of the egg, that zygote breaks in two. So if they had the blessing before they were born, while the mother was pregnant or whatever, then that would mean that they are technically different, the same power.
The same... Okay, I guess I can see...
The same power is just split in two because of that.
That's what I was saying, is because, like, it's...
biology works.
Okay, you really think they're gonna think that deep into the biology for fantasy like this?
I mean, it's fantasy. They can literally do whatever the fuck they want.
I'm just saying, I can see that being the case, that the power of the hero and the ally were supposed to be one.
And that everyone's just been miscategorizing the ally's power.
Uh-huh.
The ally has just been someone who's just never had the confidence to take the foreground.
Mm-hmm. Or even then, it's just because the fact... I don't know. It's just neat to think about.
The only reason... Okay. We have the hero's power, but we didn't get the lightning ability. And that's because the lightning ability, that's the only reason why they call them the hero and us the ally.
Yeah. That and...
If we're gonna go with, like, in-game world chicanery.
You could also look at it in other ways as, like, you are the shield to the hero, because that's, like, the main ally power. But, I don't know. I think there's a...
fun in that, sir.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of different angles they could look at it from. Because it kind of makes no sense for the hero to be, in lore-wise, this super powerful being, yet not have a way to defend themselves. But at the same time, if it is still just the hero's power, just split, you could also then still make the technicality that's why you were chosen as a hero for the heavens. But, if they want to get that overly specific about it. I just want to know Weddie eggs or no eggs. Well, Draco, may I direct you back to the tweet about friggin' Wyverians in Monster Hunter and just let that whole rabbit hole recede all over again.
Oh, God, you son of a bitch. Why'd you remind me of that? I'm gonna say it's probably, like, no eggs, because they like to do the whole love thing in Dragon Quest. Conquers all, blah, blah, blah.
Oh,
because
man.
If it is eggs, then how do you have children? As different races.
This is going places.
Like, we've broken this up. We're going into it at some point or another.
Oh, man. The rest of the stream is rated PG-13 for stuff.
Okay, we already had Dominatrix mentioned 5
Yeah, I know.
times. I think that's out the window already.
Yeah, long since gone. Oh, gosh.
First 5 minutes gone.
Yeah, pretty much. Literally the first thing the child says. Not literally, but, you know, very quickly. Oh, man. That is actually interesting that you pointed out, because in-game, I don't think we've seen a different race couple, have we?
I want to say that there's, like... actually, have we?
I'm actually shocked that we haven't. Considering how much the fans do it.
I could have sworn there was, like, NPCs that are different races living together with that implication.
Is this just AP bio? AP what?
We'll get into that later, Draco. I swear I'll go into it. Because I love biology. I think it's fascinating. Like fantasy biology, for instance. The reason why I can at least come up with this. The ogres are mainly humanoid. They just take a different path. So they still have the boobs and everything. It's fine. They just have a rougher exterior skin because of the environment that they grew up in was harsh.
Doesn't the lore say they were originally conceived as monsters?
Were they?
Something along there.
If that's the case, that's also fine because they still have that rough exterior skin.
Exactly.
And that would explain the bone structure. The fish people, however...
Don't go down that rabbit hole, Draco. Do not go down that rabbit hole. Don't do it.
The fish people, the reason why they have breasts would be the oxygen sacs, basically, for the females.
Oh, man. Have you seen a YouTube channel called Noggin, or I guess Loxton and Noggin now?
Have, yes.
Oh, man.
It's been ages, though, but,
There's that whole video on why, Dragovians and Skyrim and all of it. Like, oh, man.
Yeah, because, like, ever since I saw that video, it's like, now you made me think about it. How do they have these human appearances, and how can I break it down? I hate it. I hate it, because it's a curse.
What makes me laugh is that we're at a point... I can't say finally. I love the concept of what people view as mature or normal and things just in the age of the internet where fantasy is so interwoven with our normal, just everyday topic, where we can have a discussion of why does the fish have boobs? And it's just, you laugh at it for a second, but then you're completely serious about it.
Yeah, and then you're just like, okay, how can I scientifically explain this away? You know? And it's like the fish people, they still have fins because they live primarily on the water and they go into the water to swim and get fish. You know, it's obvious. They're amphibious.
Mm-hmm.
How do we explain the dwarfs? I guess they were underground, so they didn't have any need for light.
That one actually does have an explanation.
That does?
Yeah, they talk about it when you're talking to Nana, Dortham, and I never remember the main of those new three siblings' name to save my life. I don't know his name. It drives me nuts.
I understand who you're talking about, but just pass it by for now.
Yeah.
We'll circle back to that later.
The reason they developed more chubby exteriors was a mix of them being underground and the temperature underground. Because they had no sunlight whatsoever, and they were so deep underground, it was freezing. So what little bits of food they had basically went straight to their body fat to keep warm.
Yeah, so basically they have insulation. And I guess by that, also, I can further explain why they're so short, is because it went straight to being fat, they didn't get the nutrients they needed to grow. And their evolutionary line, I mean.
Yeah.
So they just stayed small and fat.
What I want to know is why elf wings don't work. Why do some elves get to be tall as well?
Yeah, how do we explain the elves? I guess that one, the best I can do is magic right now. Like, has there been any explanation for the elves?
As far as I know, no. Maybe we'll learn more about it with Hakuo.
That honestly makes sense. Oh, man. Fuck, how do we explain the elves? And they're long-lived, though, right?
Very. Like,
So
Hemia is over 500. Was over 500.
Maybe they only get that tall if they've lived long. But
I suppose. Yeah, that makes sense.
Because of how the race is, a lot of them are stupid and die.
They're so stupid, they're studying to get smart and die because of it.
Well, okay.
No, that's literally the elf. Like, if you pick elf, he dies studying.
Oh, that's right. Jeez. Well, I can also attribute more explanation to the reason why you never see that many long-lived elves as well, is because they all choose to pick like one person to be the one that gets old and gets that ability.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Hemia had a very special role, to be fair, as well.
Exactly. They saddle them with a huge responsibility, because the king is also tall.
all of this goes out the window if we see Hakuo's backstory and there's like a buttload of tall elves.
You know, I don't mind that.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. But I want to say they pick someone to be tall because they know that living forever is a curse. Or living a long time is a curse.
Mm-hmm.
But that would make them really dark.
I mean, can it, the Pukus, that's all I have to say.
Yeah, Pukus. Now, how do we explain the Pukus? Somebody make a wish on a magic teddy bear?
I swear. I know that one was briefly talked about as well, but I don't remember what it was, of why they're like that. Huh.
Man, how would we explain the Pukus? Because they're not in an area where you would really need to have fur. They're in the sunlight, so they don't need to hold all of the body fat, and they are small. How do you explain the Pukus? Biologically.
And like, they don't need to be super tall, because Puku Land does not have high mountains at all. They don't need to be climbing nothing. It's flat fields for days. And yet then they go and build Magistress with the most obnoxious staircase in the freaking game. Second only to Grand Zadora Castle.
Great. That was perfect. Yeah, Meiji is nothing but stairs. Let's be real here.
Yeah.
Oh man.
My explanation are solved rabbits.
You know what? I can live with that.
Because, like,
we're gonna just go with that.
We know a lot of them came into the world the way they are due to the world origin.
Oh, that's right.
We don't get a lot of time to speak to each god about how their races came in. The only reason we really know about how the ogres evolved from monsters is because of a very specific version 4 event. The best version 4 event. The Ogre Dance.
Yeah, I can't argue that. Because they also have the ability to transform into monsters.
Mm-hmm. Granted, that's sort of been lost to time, but...
I mean, that makes sense, because it's like an ability.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's not practiced, you know, it just falls dormant in the bloodline and gets diluted further and further as time
and
goes.
now speaking of special race abilities, the last race we haven't really talked about is Dragon. And that one's literally told to you in the game. They have hard, dark skin with lots of thick scales because one group lives in an active, I want to say volcano, but that whole continent is constantly on fire.
Basically, I'm just going to put it like this. They are all reptiles. They are well adapted to the region they live in. They can visit the others, but they would not be suited to live there.
Yeah, I think they could live there just fine, as evidenced by Athene. Considering some dragons move there. But, what makes me laugh is the only ones that didn't adapt was the water continent. Because they literally still need a priestess. You'd think after several millennia, however long they've been locked away, they would have developed guilds.
Reptiles.
I know, but
I didn't say amphibious.
I'm aware. But since we're talking about how long ago the dragon race and Nadraga was sealed away,
Sure.
you would think by now they would have developed some form, evolved to have some sort of guilds, rather than having to have a magic priestess literally make water breathable. Looks half human because he is... Oh, and then there is Claus. Oh no!
The actual hybrid.
Dude, wow. Okay, I'm eating my words from earlier. Maybe those do exist.
But they haven't shown anything about Klaus, though. Like, actual present-time Klaus, though.
Yeah, because, like, Claus is... Like, the original Claus is dead. Like, much like us, Sheeny reincarnated into another person's body.
I've got to... Then, under my assumptions, Klaus is from the dragons that
are in
the
Estoltia.
human continent.
Yes.
So...
Meaning he could have...
I have so many questions.
I'm gonna have to clip all of this out and upload it separately.
We're having fun with it, damn
Oh,
it.
I'm
What is happening?
absolutely. I'm just saying. Oh.
Oh,
Yeah, but one of what makes me mad, how come Sheeny can change his race on the fly, but we have to go to a flippin' church? Wonder how
he's studying to be like a priest or something in his past life?
I thought he was more of a mage. Because he can cast spells and stuff. I don't think we've ever seen him use healing magic. Yeah, because even when you team up with him in version 5, it's Estella that uses all the healing magic in that fight. This could easily be solved by me actually going and looking at his class in that footage. But either way, moot point for now.
He lived in the church, though, didn't he?
I think it was technically both the church and Ava's house, and he's like her grandson, so...
I don't know. I'm just gonna say dragon bullshit excuse.
Yeah.
Although I would really actually like... Maybe he has an item, or maybe it was like when he reincarnated, he was given that as a blessing. I don't know.
It's possible.
I would love to know.
Yeah, also...
Honestly speaking, I would love to just have that ability myself right
Seriously, just make it the same as the demon seal. Just, are you in town? Yes? Alright, there you go. Swap your race. But,
Maybe it's an ancient dragon secret. I don't know.
Maybe.
Actually, that would make sense, because the dragons, they specialize in transformation, wouldn't they?
That is true. Because they're dragonification.
Yeah, because... So they have transformation magic. So maybe Klaus's form that he takes, as Sheeny, is just because he remembers what he looked like, and he's just using transformation magic.
I think that might be a thought process too far. Because if the turtle, if the Pegasus preserved your body, it makes sense that he might have preserved Sheeny's as well. Plus, like, if you remember that opening cutscene, Sheeny seemingly gets away. Like the last time,
his body was preserved if he got away.
It's true. We know he had to have died. But if he died further up where all the monsters weren't, because he wouldn't have been in the thick of it, at least, like everyone else was. I don't know, questions that'll never get answered, but...
I know, like, we could just theorize for quite a bit on that. Oh, man. How do you explain the Poogoos, though?
Oh. Yeah. Oh, boy.
Like, I can explain every bit of the dragon species because they are reflecting their environment.
Yeah.
In some capacity.
And even if you look at, like, while they're a different race altogether, more or less, Dragovians in, say, Dragon Quest VIII, much the same, even though I don't think those are considered the same thing at all. But... Oh.
Man.
I would love to see another map like the town in Dragon Quest VIII, though. Like, just this high mountaintop dragon city, please.
I want them to give us the dragon race, but I want to be really douchey about it. I want them, because to make it a side quest that has its own small town, like Dragon Quest VIII. Make it a giant reference to Dragon Quest VIII.
Please! Oh, I need it.
I would love it. And just have something, make the quest be like undertake the Dragon Lord trials as a reference to Dragon Quest VIII.
Dude, make it like that, and so they'd have one of two possible super bosses if they make this a huge elongated quest. It could either have Rapthorn as a super boss, or the Dragovian Lord.
I love you, Exalin, but let's be honest, if they add Rapthorn as a boss, it's going straight to the Goddess Tree area.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, that's kind of 50-50. Because, like, Corvus kind of came out of nowhere for the Goddess Tree. But, like, let's see, we've had... What's his bucket from whichever Dragon Quest it is a super boss, and then Malorov. So who knows where they'll slap the other ones. I at least want dragon horns because I'm a dragonfish. But, man.
Demon horns can work for that, Draco. It's fine. Ah, man. Okay.
Okay, well that was very elongated and completely off the topic of the King of Calamity stuff. It was so worth it. So worth it. Solid 30 minutes of lore speech. Oh man.
And just rambling.
Oh yeah.
So,
Oh, you know the nice part? I don't have to stress about clipping this out and doing all that because, oh, I have to work tomorrow because I don't. Whole week, baby. Let's go. I'm a free man.
well, in the vein of that, Mr. Freeman, let's go.
Where are we going? Moku. Oh, okay, hold on. Let me cut this part of the stream just right here. So I'm not ending stream. This is the part that's going up on YouTube. So if you're on the YouTube bit, hello.
Okay,
this is where it's ending.
Yes, I do have a stupid request.
Is this for YouTube or should I hit stop first?
Oh, you can hit stop.
Okay, bye chat.